What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? All right. And I'm a little slow on the videos, but it's like super hot in New York City right now, and like I don't even want to talk, to be honest with everybody. Like it's so hot that I don't want to talk. I don't want to do anything, especially if I go out and I come home. It's like disgusting, the feeling that you get, you know. And the fire trucks are going crazy outside my house right now. It's not even outside my house. They're a couple of blocks away, but where are they going? Whoa. Anyway, that's besides the point. Now they're passing through my building. Another one. That's 2, 3. Something serious must have happened. Anyway, sorry guys. Alright, so we got a new monster the other day. We got Lapis. Everybody got her. So people wanted me to do a review on her, and like I didn't want to talk about her until I actually used her. And look, now they changed a lot of things when it comes to trying to get a fodder farmer and the progression of the game. You know, now if you make a 6-star, they have that event for each 6-star of the different element that you make. You, after the fifth day after you make that 6-star, you get a double bond. So I'm gonna try and get that. I want to make a 6-star as well. Like they gave, like I just got that free booster also. I also just got that free booster today, which is kind of telling me to go on another booster. I went on a booster yesterday. I made a lot of fodder, but I fell asleep within the last like 3 or 4, maybe 5 hours of the booster. That's why I didn't make a review for Lapis yesterday. So, what I do right now? Whoops. Anyway, so let's talk about the new monster now. We're gonna talk about Lapis real quick. Now, if you noticed, you get this monster once you defeat Mount Sis. So this monster isn't for someone that's in Conqueror level or above. By the time you make Conqueror, I'm expecting whoever does make Conqueror to be farming at least B9 dragons, have a fodder farmer, have like 5 or 6 6-star. So you're at the level where you don't really need Lapis, right? Like someone like me doesn't need Lapis. The damage is a little lackluster, but what's really bothering me, it's not even the damage, it's the base speed. And everybody knew, I'm sure everybody that's been following the channel probably knew this already. 90 base speed. I think this is considered the slowest monster in the game. I think slimes have more speed than her. 102 on the slime. Oh, alright, this is the slowest monster in the game, the Forest Keeper. Alright, so Lapis, oh nope, the Mimic is the slowest monster in the game. So from the gold starred monsters, Lapis is the slowest monster in the game. Alright, for a 4-star, she is the slowest 4-star ever. Everybody's saying build her Despair, Revenge, Attack, Crit Damage, Attack, guys. I don't even think that you should put attack in slot and then look for speed substats. She's still way too slow. For what you need her for, she's way too slow. Alright. Let's go over her abilities first. I kind of like this leader ability. This is another reason why I'm telling you to put speed in slot 2. Alright. Then you have this. Steals the magical power from all enemies, recovering HP according to the damage dealt. Also increases 30% of the attack bar for every enemy killed. Alright. Then, shoots 4 magic bullets that seek enemies with low hit points. This skill has a 50% chance to disturb the target's hit point recovery. Fine. Attacks a single target 2 times, and then attacks all enemies on 3rd attack. Alright, there's something special about Lapis. If you guys have watched my Let's Talk About Despair Runes video, I stated, now remember this is my opinion and from my experience, and I have monsters like Praha where I see it all the time. Like Praha's first skill hits 3 times, but if the first hit doesn't proc at the spare proc, it's not going to stun on the second or third hit. All right. Other people tend to disagree with me on that one, but that's just the way it is. It's all over the forums too, all over the Reddit forums. It could be on the Comtours forums as well, but it is all over the Reddit forums. Now, the exceptions, there are a couple of exceptions to these monsters. Like Tyron's first skill, if you know, when you awaken Tyron, he continuously attacks. That skill on the second, third, or fourth has a chance to stun. Now, Lapis, on her third skill, has a chance to stun. I was actually extremely surprised. I had seen it on Jew Bagel's video, because Jew Bagel, the moment this monster came out, he put runes on it and made a video. And when I saw that, I was like, what the, you know? So, I've also gotten people telling me that she's better than Lucian. No, absolutely not. Now, I have someone on my friends list with this chick as a 6-star, alright? So, we're gonna check it out real quick. And we're gonna use his in Faimon. Now, his is a pure fodder farming monster. Where is this guy? Alright, here we go. Okay, his is a pure fodder building build. He ended up doing Blade Vampire. I think he took his runes off of Soha. And I don't know. I'm not sure if this is a guy or a girl to me. Yeah, it's a guy. I think so. His name means Facebook Life Water. It's some big streamer. But that I thought it was actually her. But it's not her. It's a fan. But I wish it would have been her because she's kind of cute. But anyway, that's besides the point. So she has a 736 base attack. So not only is she lacking in speed, but she's lacking in base attack as well. Alright, her hit points aren't all that. Look, she's a free monster. Okay? So what she's good for is pretty much fodder farming, SD farming as well. She looks like she does pretty good for secret dungeons, since she's doing a lot since she has nothing but AoE attacks, and then she has the life stealing ability. I'm not sure if this ability stacks with Vampire Runes. We'll find out in a little bit. But another place where she would be alright, in my opinion, since she Despair procs this way, is Trial of Ascension. And even though I always say take a speed leader in Trial of Ascension, which really a speed leader would be better, you can kind of use her as a leader in Trial of Ascension if you don't have a speed leader. So let's try out mine. Mine is 5-star max that has a decent set of runes. Let's try out mine, unawakened as well, on Tamor 3 Hell. Alright. I think she'll be able to do it, and I'll show you the runes I have on mine. I ended up taking some of Akamamir's runes and putting them on her. So, let's take a look. Alright. See, that's kind of stupid that she used that skill already, but yeah, I really don't like the damage on her. Considering the fact I have a maxed out attack percentage rune in slot 6, I'm not too thrilled with the damage on her. She's lacking in damage a lot. And she's got a 25% leader ability as well. And her slot 2 rune has attack percentage on it as well, also. So it's not like I'm like bullshitting or anything with everybody, you know? But seriously, she needs speed in slot 2. You don't want to fodder farm with a turtle, alright? And it's not just about her being slow, it's her being able to pretty much fodder farm, you know? I'm going to tell you how I got successful in farming Faimon 1 Hell, alright? In a moment, though. So, we took mine. She did it, no problems. Tamor 3 Hell. Alright. So let's go to Faimon 1. I know mine's not going to do Faimon 1. So we're going to take this guy's with the Vampire Runes. Alright, there we go. And thank you, FB Facebook Life Water. I think that's what it says, if I understood correctly. So I think she's capable of doing 5-on-1 anyway. Yeah, look, she. Now he doesn't have the spare runes on his though. Now, yeah, all right. The third skill too. The third skill does have a decent multiplier, like, but it's the third skill. That's the thing. So we're gonna take a look at his runes. What I do like about the third skill is when she kills something, she ends up getting 30% of her attack bar, which is good for each monster she killed, which is really good. It actually helps you out. You want to take as many turns as possible. Alright, so she killed most of this, and she's going to get the extra turn. Alright? So this is kind of what I like about this build. Now, he doesn't have speed in slot 2, though. Alright, I'm going to show you what he has. Oh, what am I doing? No, not monster, friends. Oh, I'm like confused over here. He has attack, crit damage, attack. Did I go to him and show his runes already? I'm not even sure. If I did, I'll cut this part out of the video, whatever. But so these are his stats. He's got plus 50 speed from substats. That's good. All right. So these are his runes. I like his runes. He actually has a really nice set of runes for her. 20% crit damage. How can you possibly go wrong? Where's that plus 50 speed coming from, though? Plus 17 over there. Plus 15 over there. So that's 32. 45. So he's got plus 5. Oh, there we go. There's the plus 5. Okay. So he has a really, really, really nice set of runes on her. But the point that I'm trying to make now is, if you don't have, this is mine now. This is my Lapis now. If you don't have like a superior set like he does, he has a really nice set of runes on her. Okay, mine is a decent set. All right, yeah. I put this rune on because it has crit rate, attack, and crit damage on it. So it's a really nice set of runes that I put on her that I kind of regret putting on her. But anyway, it's for purposes of the video. So you see, she's got attack plus 12% on her speed rune. Alright. I ended up trying to find some speed substats for her. And then tried to make up for the attack that I'm missing in other runes. Now, I'm not going to get that attack, but I've got plus 42 speed, which isn't bad, but it's not great either. So, 484 base, but she's not awakened, so fine. Let's see what her base is. Awakened 5-star. Just as a 5-star. 541. It's really, really lacking. But it's a free monster, guys. It really is. It's a free monster. And you know what? She can do Tamor 3 unawakened as a 5-star. So just put a set of despair runes on her. I think she'll do fine. But I think it's very important that you put speed in slot 2. It's extremely important that you put speed in slot 2. You want her taking some turns. But, yeah, as I said, it's really, really lacking the damage. And then for Trial of Ascension, I'm repeating myself now, she looks good for Trial of Ascension. She looks really good for Trial. Not really good, but she looks like she could take a slot for, like, as a CC monster in Trial of Ascension. So what Comtois is doing is they're helping out the noob players and like the free-to-play players. So now you don't have to farm Rauk. You can just go for the Magic Knight. Alright, she will be your fodder farmer, she'll farm secret dungeons for you, and she's going to be good in Trial of Ascension. So, yeah, I would definitely build her if you need her, especially as a fodder farmer. You know, I would make her, now she's officially the monster that you make as your first 6-star. So, and then there's the fire and the wind and the light and the dark. We'll do a review on them later. Right now, I really like the fire one. The fire one is interesting. I saw a post, somebody calculated the fire ones, how much damage, how much a base attack the fire one is supposed to have. I think I saw 841 or 849 base attack, which is really high, and considering the passive on the fire one for 50% more damage is really good. So, what else are we going to talk about? Let's talk about the new server. First of all, Asia players can't go to the Europe server yet. First of all, so people have been asking me if Zypher's going. I guess some people are worried that I actually spread a rumor that Zypher was going just to screw around with a few people. Let's put it this way. I hope you guys like surprises on the Europe server. Now, am I going to go to the Europe server? I highly doubt it, guys. One of the reasons why I went to the Asia server, there was a couple of reasons why, but I'm going to give you the big ones. Number one, Zypher moved to the Asia server. Number two, the times are actually more convenient for me on the Asia server than they are on the global server. Alright, even though we're a day ahead and like there's some things going on, and some things we're a day ahead, some things we're not. We're 12 hours ahead pretty much, okay? Global time, reset for me was at 1 a.m. Actually, it was at 2 a.m. They actually changed that right before. Before it was 2 a.m. for me. All the events were at 11 o'clock at night, 11 and 12, and then some events were at 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, like, or 1 in the afternoon, or 2 in the afternoon. If you're working a regular 9 to 5, how are you ever going to do these events? You know, on the Asia server, they're at 8 o'clock, at 9 o'clock, and then I think 11 and 12, depending on what event is going on and whatever, but twice a day. So 11 and 12 in the morning, and 8 and 9 in the morning, and 8 and 9 at night, and 11 and 12. Which is normal for me. It's a lot better. The other thing, Arena Reset is at 10 a.m. The way I work out my schedule, and this is good for a lot of people to know, like this is the way I did my schedule when I was 6-starring a lot of monsters at the time. Okay, I always had to work it out around Arena Reset. So I used to pop a booster, like a 12-hour booster on Sundays. And let's say it was too late in the day because I had something to do in the morning or whatever. I didn't pop my booster because I had Arena Reset. So I'm going to waste an hour and a half on Arena Reset. And that's an hour and a half wasted on my booster. And I didn't want to waste my boosters. So, like, if it turned out to be like 2, 3 o'clock, I wouldn't even pop a booster. My schedule was every week was Monday through Friday. I'd either be farming essences or farming runes. Saturdays I'd be farming runes all day. And then Sundays I'd pop a booster. That's pretty much what my schedule is. Now my schedule changed a little bit. I'm trying to do TOA hard. I'll show you guys where I'm at on TOA hard. I'm at 80 right now. So the reason why I'm not continuing 80 is because I'm having a little problem with one of the waves. I should try it again because I only tried it like 2 or 3 times, but I want to max out my runes on some of my monsters for TOA hard. And I need mana to do that, that's for sure. So let's see what I'm going to do. And I want to pop a booster now because I got this free booster, and the last free booster I didn't use it because they only last for 6 days. So it's like, and we have this new event with the Devilmon and everything, and I want to get all 5 Devilmon. This is beautiful. What they've done, it's like, it makes me kind of jealous because now I want to make 6 stars, But I don't know what to make 6-star. And now I'm kind of being forced to make a 6-star of each element. So my candidates right now for my 6 stars are Lapis, Megan for water. I don't think I'm gonna do him. He's not fast enough yet. And I have Bernard. I really don't want him. And I'm thinking about making Randy. So my fire candidates are actually quite a bit. Between fire, it's gonna be Randy, my second Hua, or a second Verd. Now, I really don't need a second Verd, so it's either going to be between Hua and Randy. The reason why I want to do a second Hua is because I want to build a Hua just for TOA hard, and I don't have to sit there and swap runes. Then there's, for the wind monsters, Copper, or the Wind Taoist, which people are telling me I don't need the Wind Taoist. So it's between Copper, the Wind Taoist, and the Wind Pirate Captain. Then for the Dark Monsters, I'm pretty much probably going to do Diaz. I want to try him out. I want to give him a shot. One of the reasons why is because I can probably max out his second skill, but it's not just that. It's quite a few things with Diaz for me at the moment. I have my defense during the week. My defense during reset is Theomars, Darian, Praha, and Chloe. Now, the reason why I'm considering Diaz is I'm noticing, and we're going to talk about all of these AI changes, okay, as well. All right, I'm noticing the AI has gotten kind of stupid lately. All right, Chloe's derping a lot, and Darian is using his second skill instead of his first skill, instead of his default skill on his first turn. So, but also Theomars is derping and using his second skill on his first turn. So what I'm thinking about doing is building Diaz because he uses his second skill first, I'm guessing. And maybe he can survive a little better than Darian. And he has a better speed. Now, I've always told people not to use Diaz and use Darian instead. Darian is the better monster in some ways. All right? He's tankier. He has more... you know what? Let me see something. He gets accuracy instead of resistance off the bat. Not only that, but... how am I going to explain this? If you don't have more than one... if you don't have a consistent weakened defense on your defense, it's not good. The only reason why I'm considering it is because Theomars has a weakened defense and Diaz has a weakened defense. That's the only reason why I'm considering it. If you don't have if you don't have a second monster to put on defense with Diaz that has weakened defense, I don't suggest putting Diaz on defense, because your defense is then going to have to wait on just a 3-turn cooldown. It's not worth it. You're better off just keeping Darian and that's it, and hoping he violent procs like crazy, or just hoping that he does his damage. Now with me, I want to add him because he also has the disturbed hit point recovery, so I'm hoping that he can revenge and do things. And I'm just at the stage where I have a better rune set. I can do it with him. You know, people that are just beginning are better off doing Darian, even though they don't want to. Darian does a lot of damage, and I'm thinking about putting Diaz on my defense as well, on my Guild Wars defense as well. That's another reason why I want to do Diaz. But Darian has a lot of damage, guys. It's like you're giving up one thing for the other. I'm not giving up much. You know, I still have a lot of damage on my defense. So, you got to work it out. You got to think about it correctly. All right? And I'll be honest with you, I'm still having second thoughts about doing Diaz. I'm still having second thoughts about it. And then from the light monsters, I'm thinking about doing Apuria because I want a light tank. And I have a really nice set of runes on him. Look at this. I have a really nice set of ruins for him. This ruin actually kind of has to go, but whatever. Okay? But I have a, like, double revenge and will, you know, and his third skill stacks. I've always told people to keep him just in case, and I really am considering building him. Like, he's one of my side projects that I'm doing. As of right now, I'm just doing side projects. I want to see what works and what doesn't work. And one of the reasons why I'm having second thoughts about Copper is because I don't have guard ruins for him. I have vamp ruins for him. You know, and you see, I'm even missing a guard ruin for slot 1 or 2. Yeah, so I got to figure out what I'm going to do about him as well. So, anyways, I think I'm running my mouth a little too much. So now we got the new update. We're going to get all of these Devilmon and boosters and crystals, and they gave everybody a huge buff, and I'm happy that they did this. More people are going to play. Now, the Euro server is a little messed up right now. I know people, I know people from Noviak, I guess it's called. And they're being attacked by level 4s where it's not fair. One guy was telling me he got attacked by a level 4 or level 7, something like that. So the Euro server doesn't have enough players. A lot of people are asking me which server is going to have a lot of competition, which server is going to do this, which server is going to do that. Look, this is going to affect the global server. How it's going to affect the global server, I'm not sure. But I'm going to make a wild guess that about 10 to 25% of the global server is migrating to the Euro server. That's a wild guess. Minimum 10%. I don't think it's going to be less than 10% going to the... I don't think it's going to be less than 10% going from global to the Euro server. I also do feel the people on the Asia server, because there's a lot of Europeans on the Asia server. There's actually quite a few Europeans. I've met quite a few Greeks. I met a couple of Polish people. I ran into, I think, an Italian person also. Like, they live in Italy. They do all they find Asia is more convenient for them than the global, which it is in some cases. So I thought they would let them transfer by now. I think the only way the Euro server is going to balance itself out is if they let some people from Asia transfer. But right now, the Euro server, since it's a fairly new server, and not a lot of people migrated to the Euro server, it's fairly weak. And I'm talking about the server in total. I'm not talking about the top 100 players. Forget about the top 100 players. Leave them out of it. I'm talking about the server as a whole. And now it's going to affect the global server, and obviously we haven't been affected. Another cool thing about the updates is Guild Wars. Oh, what am I doing? Guild Wars. You can now do 25 versus 25. So we have 25 members on defense now, and I am officially on defense. So hopefully we'll find somebody that fights my defense. Cough, cough. They know who I'm talking about. But my first defense actually sucks. Forget it. Hold on. My first defense actually sucks. I don't like my first defense. My second defense is doing okay, but my first defense actually sucks. As you can see, it keeps consistently losing my first defense. So I like the Guild Wars change. I don't like the Guild Wars change at the same time. Because guilds like us, we have 25 versus 25. What if we end up going on an offense where there's only 10 people? So there's only 10 of us that can attack? How does that work out? And who chooses who attacks and who doesn't attack? That's my other issue. Now, I know that a lot of guilds are going to do 25 versus 25 just to be fair to all their guild mates for the full guilds. But I also saw a post on Reddit, 4-on-4? I don't even know. I'm not even sure. You know what, though? Since I'm sitting here rambling and I'm looking at the time, let's just pop a 12-hour booster. Because I want to make a 6-star. I'm going to make a 6-star. I need to farm some serpent fodder as well. So why am I doing this board? We do this board and we take Lucian. So I don't know how that works out. I don't understand how it's supposed to work out now with Guild Wars on offense-wise. I understood everything with the percentage. I understood everything with, like, you have a 25 versus 25 offense. They got to bring a defense. They have to bring your defense lower. But what if a guild with only 10 active players beats our defense? Like, ends up fighting us on defense. How does that work? Is what I want to know. You know. Do all the towers show up? Do only 10 towers show up? Do only the 10 best towers show up? Or do they take like 5 from the top and then 2 from the middle and then 3 from the bottom? I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. You know, I don't know how ComTours work this out. So that's one of my main concerns. And my biggest concern is this whole thing with accuracy and resistance. Now, YDCP's been saying it for a while that resistance actually came back into play, but I didn't see it, and now I'm noticing it all of a sudden. And then the whole thing with TOA normal, where they made the boards harder. It's like this guy, I don't know. Somebody spiked this guy's coffee while he was doing the update. And just made TOA harder. I don't understand what they did, you know, and it doesn't make sense to me how they did it. Now supposedly they fixed it, because I couldn't auto TOA 100, where TOA 100 is usually autoable, and then a lot of people told me TOA 100 I can't auto it now all of a sudden, which was weird. I found it very weird, you know, and now supposedly they fixed it. But I feel like they did like a shadow buff on resistance. I don't know how to check it though either. That's the thing. You know, I think maybe in the dungeons we could check it. If I could put 100% resistance on a monster, you know, and take it into B10 dragons and see if a dot lands. If a dot doesn't land, that means they buffed. That means they buffed resistance. No joking around. If a dot doesn't land in B10 dragons on a 100% resistant monster, that means they buffed resistance. And I don't know what they did about accuracy, because my Bella has 84% accuracy, and Bella's missing seizes, which doesn't make sense to me at all, whatsoever. It does not make sense to me at all. I really don't like it, how it's happening. You know, this is what my main concerns are right now. You know, it's not even about making the 6-star and doing this and doing that. My main concerns right now is this whole accuracy and resistance thing, where it seems like they buffed everything. It really does. It seems like they buffed resistance and, I don't know, nerfed accuracy. So, anyways, guys, I've been rambling for probably a half an hour. I'll talk to everybody later. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Oh, you know what? I didn't even talk about a Ruin build. I'm sorry, for Lapis. Despair Revenge works. Violent, but not Revenge doesn't. Violent Blade works. Vamp Blade definitely works. If you do Despair Revenge and you do crit damage and attack, if you do speed crit damage and attack, make sure your crit rate is pretty high. I would probably do Despair Blade if your crit rate isn't high enough. It's not going to affect you. Just make sure you get her above 130, 140 speed. I'll be honest with you. Oh, and what I wanted to talk about before, I'm sitting here saying later and whatever. Look, this is why, and I've said it before. My Tyron couldn't farm 5-on-1. The reason why he's farming 5-on-1 now is because I got a rune that increased his speed. And I think it's his second and third turn. I believe it's his second and third turn. We're going to see right now. We're going to see in the next wave, on the third wave. But the reason why he's capable of farming it is because on his second and third turn, he ends up going... See? He did it. He ends up going twice before they go. And this is at 190 speed. Look, they're all going to go now. Alright, everyone's going. So now Tyron's going to go, and then he's going to go again. This is why I'm able to do Faimon 1 Hell with my Tyron now, because he's taking his second and third turn consecutively, because he has the 190 speed plus his leader ability, which I think at 105 he gets an extra 20 speed if you round it off. So 19% speed leader, he's getting 210 speed. So this is why I'm capable of doing Faimon 1 with my Tyron on Despair Runes. This is why I say speed is more important on Lapis than like having attack, crit damage, and attack. Why? So you can probably I'm not saying get her speed up that high though. I'm telling you right now. But the whole point is to get that third skill going, and being able to use that third skill. Oh my goodness. And being able to use that third skill that does the blood sucking, that has the vampire ability, as much as possible. Because it's on a 5-turn cooldown. And, alright, 4 turns isn't that bad. She gets the 30% attack bar stuff and all that. But you want her to move. You don't want her to be a turtle. 89, awaken 90 speed is absolutely not good enough. I'm sorry to say it. Nowhere near good enough to use her as for, like, anything to even think about putting attack in slot 2. Seriously now, especially as a fodder farmer, putting attack in slot 2 is not worth it at all, unless you have plus 50 in substats like the other guy did. I actually saw somebody had plus 90 in substats. If they had to have had speed in slot 2, but plus 90 speed with her. And she will be able to, with over 100, I don't think 130 is enough. Probably 140, 150 speed is good for her to farm Faimon 1. But for Tamor, she's doing fine. I showed it as a hell farmer, Tamor 3. So if once you progress and you get better runes, you'll be able to do Faimon 1. But alright guys, thanks for watching. I'll talk to everybody later.